After making their way through high school, big changes are in store for Officer Schmidt and Jinko when they go deep undercover at a local college. This is my review of 22 Jump Street. This movie is on my top 15 most anticipated movies of this year, and the reason it was on the list is because when I rented 21 Jump Street and watched it, I had little expectations for the movie, and after I watched it, I told myself, man, that was a really great comedy. So when I heard that they were doing a sequel for the movie, I was excited to see it. Another reason I was excited was because they brought Phil Lord and Chris Miller back to direct the movie. This is the same team that directed the first movie, and they also directed the animated movies Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which I haven't seen yet, and they directed the Lego movie, which I was surprised about earlier this year. And after seeing 22 Jump Street with my dad, I have to tell you guys that even though I thought 21 Jump Street is still the better comedy, I think that 22 Jump Street is still a really good comedy. The good points. Like for 21 Jump Street, I think the best thing about 22 Jump Street is the directing by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. And the reason for this is because these guys have their own unique style of comedy. And even though their movies can be compared to other comedies which have the same tone of comedy, you can tell that there are like slight differences like with their comedies that you can tell is their style. I thought that the chemistry between Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum was really good in this movie. I thought it was slightly better than it was in the first movie. And I think the reason is because in the first movie, Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill were starting to know these characters that they were playing, while in this one, they can just dive right into them and become them. And like in the last movie, I thought that the character development between the two characters was good, because I thought they did everything they could have done in the last movie, but in this movie they proved me wrong because they developed the characters more and their relationship. Even though I said that 21 Jump Street was a better comedy, I thought that there were certain moments in 22 Jump Street that were far more hilarious than 21 Jump Street. And some of those funny moments are from the characters played by Jonah Hill and Ice Cube, and I won't spoil anything because I want you guys to see it, but just to let you know that some of the funniest moments are between the characters played by Ice Cube and Jonah Hill, and after you see the movie, you will know what I mean. I also liked how in 22 Jump Street that there was some wink-wink comedy, and what I mean by wink-wink comedy is that the characters aren't breaking the fourth wall, but they're on the cusp of breaking the fourth wall, like they're just making references that the audiences will get. And in 22 Jump Street, the characters throughout the movie were making references to sequels and how they work. And each time they made that type of joke, I laughed. The final good thing I liked about 22 Jump Street were the credits and end credits, and I won't get into them because that'll be spoiling them in a way, but all I have to tell you is stay for the credits because you'll find some parts to be hilarious, but if you want to stay for the end credits, then stay, because it's this 10 to 15 second hilarious scene. The bad points. One of the things that I was disappointed about in this movie was that it wasn't better than 21 Jump Street, and I think the reason why I liked 21 Jump Street more than 22 Jump Street was because in 21 Jump Street I thought it was just going to be crap when I was going to see it, but after seeing it I was like, holy crap, this is a really great comedy, while in 22 Jump Street I was expecting a little bit more from it. I was sort of hoping that they were going to raise the bar in some way. The only other complaint that I have for 22 Jump Street is that the third act was a bit slow for me. And I think the reason that it was a bit slow for me was because of some of the pacing and some of the comedic writing and some of the jokes. Because even though there were some parts in the third act that were very funny, I thought that there were many moments where some of the comedic moments and jokes just fell flat for me. Like I said, I saw this movie with my dad. My dad gives this movie a 3 out of 4 stars, while I give a 3.5 out of 4 stars. Like I said, I thought that 21 Jump Street was a better comedy, but I still really enjoyed 22 Jump Street. I thought it had some better hilarious moments than 21 Jump Street did. And if you want to see 22 Jump Street, then I think you should watch 21 Jump Street first. But if you don't want to watch 21 Jump Street, then you can go ahead and watch 22 Jump Street because I think it's a good comedy on its own. And if you're a fan of comedies, then I think you'll enjoy this film as well. So that's my review for 22 Jump Street. Hope you guys liked it. And other than that, that's it.